Episode of our program Daily Debate. As usual, we will be discussing a contentious debate, and there is no more contentious than the terrorist attacks that have taken place on Sunday and on Friday. On Friday, on a checkpoint, a security checkpoint in Al Ahram district, and the other was on Sunday on a chapel, or Al Butrusiyya, or St. Peter's Chapel, beside the Al Abbasiyya Cathedral. Of course, two consequent terrorist attacks that have been taking place consequently, and that is in itself a real sorrow and for all Egyptians. Terrorism has no religion, terrorism has no entity, terrorism has nothing to do with whatsoever of morals, ethics, or anything. Today, President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi revealed the name of the terrorist who is involved in the explosion that hit Al Butrusiyya Cathedral, or rather St. Peter's Chapel in Al Abbasiyya district, that has left more than 25 people killed. The president said that the terrorist's name is Mahmoud Shafiq Muhammad Mustafa, who blew himself up with an explosive belt. President Sisi announcement came after he led a military funeral for the church victims. Earlier on Monday, the president presided over a security meeting of the National Defense Council to discuss the security situation in light of the latest terrorist attacks. Following the attack, President Sisi announced that the country will observe 3 days mourning. For its part, Al-Azhar, of course, the world's most prestigious Islamic institution, condemned the terrorist attack, saying in a statement that targeting houses of worship and killing of innocents are criminal acts that violate Islamic values, morals, and principles. Al-Azhar expressed full solidarity with the Egyptian Church and the Egyptian Copts in face of terrorism. Rather, Al-Azhar and all the Egyptians stand united in front of terrorism that is really threatening the whole nation, not one party of the nation. The statement also expressed condolences to Egypt's Coptic Pope Tawadros II, to the families of the victims, and to all the Egyptian people, wishing a speedy recovery of the injury. Today we'll be speaking about the incidents, the timing of the incidents, how the Interior Ministry is really securing vital areas that are much considered targets to such terrorist attacks, how the security situation now is developing. Are there new techniques that are being implemented by the terrorists? Why a checkpoint and then 2 days after a chapel? How is this seen? All this we'll be discussing and more in this in our episode later on. Before we proceed on with our discussion, President Sisi's official joined mourners at state funeral for Cairo church bombing victims. Of course, we know that President Sisi led the funeral, this military funeral today for the victims, I guess martyrs of the nation. And we'll watch this report and we'll come back for discussion.
President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi said the bomb at Paris church attached to the Coptic Cathedral complex on Sunday was carried out by a 22-year-old suicide bomber. His name is Mahmoud Shafiq Muhammad Mustafa. The president's announcement came as he and leading officials attended the state funeral procession at the Unknown Soldier Memorial in the Nasr city for the victims of the bombing, which left 25 people killed and 49 others injured. During his address at the state funeral, the president said that since the attack, the police have been gathering the scattered pieces of the terrorists, adding that 4 people have been arrested, including 1 woman, for alleged involvement in the incident, while 2 more are being pursued. The president also said that Egypt will not forfeit its revenge even after those are arrested, adding that the government and the parliament have to act more. Sisi also called on the executive and legislative authorities to enact laws to enable the judiciary to counter terrorism. Sisi said that the attack wasn't a security flaw, rather it is an act of despair, adding that evil forces have been trying to shake the country for 3 years and were also trying to ruin the economy. Before the funeral, President Sisi held a meeting with the Prime Minister Sharif Ismail and a number of other senior officials to follow up on the investigations of the deadly attack and the security measures around the country. The meeting was also attended by Defense Minister Siddiq Subhi, Interior Minister Magdi Abdel Ghaffar, and representatives of the national security apparatus. After the church attack on Sunday, President said that the country will observe 3 days of mourning following the explosion. He added in a statement that terrorism targets the country's Copts and Muslims, adding that Egypt will not only be made stronger and more united in such circumstances. The president vowed to hold accountable the assailants and put on trial all who have incited, facilitated or participated in the terrorist attack. President Sisi described the Sunday church attack as well as the Friday blast of a security checkpoint near Salam Mosque in Haram Street as a part of war against the great Egyptian people. At least 6 policemen were killed and 3 others were injured early Friday morning in the bomb blast in Giza Governorate. A militant group called Hasm Resolve claimed responsibility on Friday afternoon for the bombing in a statement issued on their website. Later on Friday evening, a bomb targeting a police vehicle on a road in Kafr Sheikh Governorate killed a civilian motorist who was in the vicinity of the explosion and injured 3 policemen.